Can you imagine the silence that fell over the hall? 1 minute, everyone was laughing, dancing to the lively beats. The next, it's like the very air was poisoned. And it was, wasn't it? I'll tell you a story, but not just any story. It's the one that's been heavy on my heart for years. You see, my best friend, Amara, was the kind of person who you could only dream of having in your corner. Generous, loving, successful. She ran a bakery, the best one in Lagos, known for her delicious and beautiful wedding cakes. We met back in the university, Amara and I. She was always the ambitious type, a few years ahead of me, already making strides in the business world while I was still figuring things out. It was around that time she met Chinedu. Chinedu. Oh, Chinedu. If only I could erase his name from this tale. Let's take it back a bit. Let's do some flashback. Chinedu was a charming lad, full of life, full of dreams, but not much in his pockets. He was younger, you see. He was 25 and Amara was 28. They met at a campus event. Amara was already a guest speaker. Imagine that. And Chinedu, well, he was smitten from the start. After the day's event, Chinedu, who was smitten by Amara's beauty and her speech delivery, walked up to Amara and he said, "Wow, I've never met anyone who's doing what you're doing. Could we maybe talk more over coffee?" Amara, who was smiling wildly, said, "Well, I would like that." Now, let's fast forward through the years. Their love grew, as did Chinedu's ambitions. Amara supported Chinedu through the rest of his university days. And when it was time for him to go abroad to do his masters, Amara paid for it all without looking back. All out of love. All with the dreams of building a future together. And the day came for Chinedu to travel overseas for his master's degree. Amara saw him off to the airport. Amara said to him, "Go make us proud, Chinedu. I'll be here, waiting and working." And Chinedu looking back with so much smile on his face. "I'm going to miss you, baby. I just cannot wait to come back and make you my wife finally." Amara smiled and they both hugged. But you know, life has a cruel way of twisting fate. After he finished his studies abroad, Chinedu returned. At first, he didn't let Amara know he was back. He returned to Nigeria, not with joy, but with news that shook Amara to her core. One fateful day, Amara ran into Chinedu in a shopping mall. You needed to see the shock in her eyes. Amara thought she was dreaming. And then she screamed, "Chinedu, is this you? Or am I dreaming? You are back? And you never told me?" Chinedu, who was also shocked, a bit scared, and mixed with confusion, looked at her with his voice trembling. "Oh, baby, I just wanted to surprise you. That was why I didn't tell you I was coming back. I was going to call you. I never knew we were going to run into each other." Amara was not having it. And then she asked him, "So how long have you been back for?" Chinedu replied, "I've been back for just 1 week." Oh no, Chinedu lied. Chinedu had been back for 2 months plus. Amara still sensed something was not sitting right. She kept staring at him, and Chinedu kept fidgeting. And he said to her, "Baby, come, let's go into the mall. Let me get some things for you." Amara, still looking at him with so much shock and confusion, followed him reluctantly into the mall. The next day, Amara got to her office. She was thinking. She was confused. She was wondering something was not right. She kept asking herself, "What am I not getting?" While she was at it, her phone rang. It was Chinedu. And he said, "Amara, can we meet over for a coffee at our favorite spot?" And Amara said, "I'll be there right away." And immediately she grabbed her bag, ran to the coffee shop. When she got there, she found Chinedu already seated at their favorite spot. She sat there, looking straight into his eyes and expecting him to begin to talk immediately. And Chinedu said, "Amara, I am getting married to someone else." The silence that followed, I tell you, it was like a scream without sound. Amara said, "And you came back just to tell me this? Why didn't you just marry the girl over there?" And Chinedu replied, "I thought it would be best to say it face to face." Amara just picked up her bag and was about to leave, but Chinedu held her hand back. Now, you might think this is where the story ends, with heartbreak and tears. But no, it twists even darker. Chinedu, with all the audacity of a man who hasn't faced enough consequences, went ahead to ask Amara if she could bake his wedding cake. She agreed. Amara agreed. But not out of forgiveness. She had other plans. Plans born from a heart shattered into too many pieces to count. One day, as the wedding drew closer, Amara had started baking Chinedu's wedding cake. And she said to herself, "He wants a cake, right? I will give him a cake he will never forget." The wedding day arrived. The hall was decked. The guests all cheerful, unsuspecting of the doom that awaited them in layers of icing and sponge. Everyone ate the cake. Of course, it's Amara's cake. It tasted so good. Everyone danced. Everyone laughed. Me, I was even too busy to even eat the cake. Everyone kept dancing, laughing, giggling, having fun, until they weren't. And one of the guests said, "What's happening?" Another one, while clutching his throat, "What is going on here?" And I looked over the hall. It was just the musicians who hadn't eaten. They were the only ones who were still spared. People were falling to the ground, one after the other. Chaos erupted. Help arrived too late. Chinedu, his bride, the guests, all gone. Just like that. A celebration turned into requiem. It turned into agony. It turned into sorrow very quickly. Amara was nowhere to be found. I looked around but couldn't find Amara anywhere. I suspected foul play. But what can I say? Justice, revenge, a crime of passion. Amara disappeared that night. Some say she couldn't live with herself. Others think she fled to start anew, far from the ghosts of her past actions. As for me, I lost my friend, and the world lost many lives. This is what I have to say. I do not support what my friend did, not in any way. I have never supported violence of any sort or taken vengeance at all. But this is my advice to everyone. Be careful with hearts. Be careful how you treat people. Be careful how you handle the hearts of people. For their hearts carry the weight of love and vengeance alike. Do to others what you would love them to do to you. As we speak, Amara is still on the run. The police want her. The families of the guests who had died also want her. Everyone looking to exact their revenge on her. What a tragedy. If only Chinedu never came into Amara's life. If only Amara never met Chinedu. Who knew that this their love story was going to end in a very tragic